You know, you can't own something if you can't pee on it.
What's new happening in the world? Have y'all been watching this FTX thing?
Not really. But from what we just talked about, I don't really understand the issue. Like, how it could be bust.
I don't understand any of it.
Like, this table could be an exchange for
It is.
us three to put our money down, you to put a product down. Now that table's the exchange. It might charge a fee, but it didn't hold anything.
The good ones do hold it.
Hold what?
They hold the crypto that you buy with and use
It's a title company. It's escrow.
Like a lot of them, like FTX had their own coin. So like Gate has its own coin. Binance has its own coin. And they use that to back those. That's how they create that layer of capital so that your transactions should be insured by that. They were not doing that.
Spoon, we don't know what the hell they were doing. One.
It's like they're floating funds.
Yeah.
He gave that money to his girlfriend, who literally is on the internet. There's a video of her saying, yeah, I use basically, she's got like a master's or doctorate in math. And she's like, I didn't use any of that. We were just kind of guessing some days, you know? I didn't use stop losses. We just put it out there and guessed.
What's a stop loss?
Stop loss is when you say, hey, if a price goes from 100 to 99, go ahead and sell at 99 so I don't incur further losses.
Is that true?
It stops your losses.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what any of this stuff is.
It's just like you can set, like, when this is as far as I want it to go. I want to sell it if it gets to here.
Now,
so you might, if it doesn't go there, you would lose a little money. You pay a little premium for that, but that's it.
and it could trap you. Like if you do a stop loss, that you don't set it at market sell rate, you set it at a hard price stop loss, and it drops dramatically below that very quickly. You might not get it sold. You might just be stuck with it. If you set a market stop loss, it'll sell off at whatever the market will bear at that time.
Huh. I don't know what any of this stuff means, Braxton.
Didn't old Tom Brady lose all his money?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
It's like $600 million he had invested.
I don't think so. I really don't.
That's what I heard, is that him and his wife had like all their money in crypto.
I think it was
Then they
clickbait.
divorced, so he lose a lot of it, and then it was also went bust, so he had nothing.
I think it's clickbait.
Well, I hope it is for his sake.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody, I don't think anybody put all their money in crypto.
Well, except for that, wasn't there a football player that had them pay him in Bitcoin?
Yeah, no, I just don't think you'd keep 100% of your capital in Bitcoin. So this is we got a video coming up. We won't get copyrighted strike for this one. I know we can watch as much of this we want.
I've been fortunate enough to become friends with on crypto Twitter. The Ontario Teachers Pension Fund and amazing. Even business. They actually had no background in business. They were lifted up to be the chosen ones, these golden children that somehow figured out and had an edge over the markets. They knew what they were doing. And one of the telltale signs was that there was such a lag time on the exchange, meaning that people could get stopped out, they could get liquidated, their orders were being filled, weren't being filled at the correct times or when price wicked. And I think what happened is people started realizing that it wasn't their internet, it wasn't their computer, it literally was them stop hunting or actually just liquidating people in order to keep those funds unfairly on the exchange. And talking about keeping the money on the exchange, what happened is FTX was actually going out there and they were actually giving people bonuses for keeping their money on the exchange. They were telling people and investors that, hey, if you keep your money on the exchange, we're going to reward you even more. They even strong-armed their employees for keeping the money on the exchange.
She keeps saying money.
They were offering them matches of 6 figures if they kept their hard-earned money, kind of like a retirement plan.
Right.
That if they kept their
She
money
keeps saying
in
money.
the FTX
Right.
exchange,
So these guys
their
put
own
in hard
employees
dollars.
Hold on,
would
time
get
out.
a sick.
She keeps saying money.
Mm-hmm.
Is she talking about, because everybody says Bitcoin's a currency, is she talking about Bitcoin or is she talking about
I would
USD?
think cash, USD, goes in.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hook up your credit card or your bank account actually to an exchange. It's just like a app, and then you buy this fake the crypto.
No, you said it right.
You said it right.
Yes.
The fake
you
money.
buy the fake money with your real money, and then they manage it for you. It's all on that app, unless you pull it out and put it on a hardware like nerd.
Yeah, but that's not
wallet.
money. That's
Right.
crypto.
If you put $100 million
But you
in,
lose your money the moment you actually.
you lose control of it.
No, I'm not. Guys. We're talking about two different things. I send them dollars.
I'm trying to answer that.
They sell me Bitcoin.
They exchange it.
They exchange it. Now, my Bitcoin stays on the exchange because I don't remove it. The money goes to whoever owned the Bitcoin.
Right.
No. Yeah, it's even more. It's even more ugly. So what they do the moment, see, you get on and you deposit your you deposit your $100,000. Like these exchanges will say, all right, now that's in there as USDT, so it's US dollars tethered. It's basically a coin that's tethered to the dollar, right? You can have cash in your account, but you don't have that cash anymore. So
Time out. I ain't doing that dumb shit. I want to buy Bitcoin. I go to an exchange. I give them dollar bills for some bitty coins. The dollar bills go to whoever owned the bitty coin.
right.
The bitty coin comes to me, but I don't remove it off the exchange. Why do I have to have dollars backing all of the money that I exchanged on there? Look, I don't need dollars.
No, I mean you could buy it with anything. It could be anything besides dollars. I think I don't understand what you're asking.
Spoon.
You can buy it with other coins.
Yeah, you can buy whatever.
It just seems like there's extra funds in there that doesn't make sense why they're in there. If there's a limited supply of Bitcoin, that means for him to be able to buy somebody's got to be willing to exchange it.
That's correct.
For another fake money currency or
a real money
our
currency.
U.S. fake money currency. So
or
it's
pesos.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
That's agreed upon by the buyer and seller.
But it's an exchange, so it's just sitting in the middle of the transaction.
That normally it works that way, but when what happened in this situation is everyone pulls out at the same time. There's not enough.
Nothing happens.
No, I understand what Corey's
happens.
saying. So Corey's saying, what is the exchange doing? Instead of just going,
Nothing. If everybody wants to pull out at the same time,
And there's not enough buyers.
the price goes down
it goes to zero.
until there's enough buyers. It
Right.
doesn't go to
Supply
zero.
and demand.
It doesn't go to zero. It just says, hey, we don't have enough buyers. Price goes down until somebody jumps in and buys.
That's right.
And that's it.
More supply than demand, so it's not moving.
It just buoys out. Like the stock market right now. The biggest Ponzi scheme on planet Earth is the stock market. But guess what? I can go to the stock market right now, and buy something. And it's crazy to me that there's a seller always willing to sell at that time. But there's always one. True or false?
True.
But if there's not a seller willing, guess what? The price is going to continue to go up. Now, I don't know how they track that in real time, and I don't understand how a Robinhood app or any of that stuff works. But to me, Robinhood, I guess, had a quote-unquote liquidity issue whenever the GameStop shit was going on. They couldn't fulfill orders fast enough, but that was something different. That was something where Robinhood doesn't actually fulfill the order, so they couldn't.
Because I think it was because they weren't an actual exchange.
Yes.
So it's like they're just basically being like they're selling it, but they're not the actual New York Stock Exchange or something.
There was
like
people that argued that he was front running transactions too. Like he was that Robinhood was front running those transactions with their institutional buyers because they had institutional money, like BlackRock type money, backing them.
Charles Schwab was the one that they gave the example of in the Netflix, wasn't it?
Yes.
But either way, the reason why they had a liquidity, they kept coming out and saying we don't have a liquidity issue, but they're an exchange. I don't know why a liquidity issue would ever be.
Doesn't make sense that would ever occur. Like an exchange is just that. It's a title company.
It's an
the
escrow
deal
account.
just doesn't go through if he signs closing docs, you send money, it goes through. If you don't send money or he doesn't sign closing docs, nothing happens.
Yeah.
He keeps his asset, you keep your money.
It just gets reversed. It doesn't make sense.
Title
It's-
company doesn't hold money.
Yeah, that's the way I look at
I
it.
think with this situation, they couldn't liquidate, right? And they collapsed, filed bankruptcy. They can't run their company anymore, and it's not insured or anything, so it's gone.
Yeah, but it's deeper than that. There's something else. Like it was either an all-out fraud that they took money and didn't actually give anybody any Bitcoin.
They're just showing in their wallet.
They were just showing it in their wallet, so it's all-out fraud from start to finish. They either did that or all the Bitcoin that was bought that was sitting on their exchange, they leveraged, so they borrowed money against it from somebody and took that money and squirreled it off. So now, since that Bitcoin is leveraged, even if they do sell it, they won't get any proceeds because they got to go pay the lender off. There's something funny within this that people can sit around and try to explain it to me all day long until they explain to me why an exchange needs liquidity. I don't care what else happens.
I think if it was the first one, because I think a lot of it was their own native coin that Jason was talking about. Like they have that FTT coin, and that wasn't real.
Well, none of it's real.
Yeah.
Touch a Bitcoin. Put your finger on one right now, Spoon.
You used to do that. You used to buy them. But
No, you can't.
no, you could buy like a ceremonial one.
Yeah,
And
We
you
have
can't
a
do
bunch
that
touch
of
anymore.
those.
Put your little pinky on one right now, Spoonie. You can't do it, so it's not real. Can you touch your real estate?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't touch Bitcoin, but you can touch real estate.
It's like even this though.
Well, you know
right? This is what gets
see
to
I can touch it. Smells real. You know what money smells like?
I do.
You want to touch it? No, you ain't got
I don't want
touch
to cough
at all.
on it.
Don't.
I mean, this is I don't.
Actually, I do. Let me have it. I want to cough on it.
yeah. No.
You remember my friend in West Texas that we called in a meeting that day?
He had all of his money in FTX.
No. But he told me one time, you can't own something if you can't pee on it.
Well, there you go.
And
You're not allowed to. No.
I'm just saying you don't really own. He was just saying you don't really own it unless you can pee on it.
I mean, you can pee on a Bitcoin.
Well, you can pee on your wallet, I guess, but you ain't gonna do nothing with it after it's all soggy. But you can go pee on your property at Calhoun Street.
I think I've peed at every property I own.
Really? Mm-hmm. What kind of weird shit is that?
He just yesterday we're at Calhoun. He jumped out, ran up to the mailbox, and just started peeing on it. It was nuts. Like he's like, it's mine now.
It's just like you think about
used
it.
to be
Like you're
yours.
driving the whole way there, right? You get there, you have to pee. It's like I own this.
There's
You're
some-
gonna tell me I can't.